Hey everyone, Nick Harris here. Wanted to follow up to yesterday's video. My wife Jamie, who many of you know, brought up a good point. She's like, "Well, that's a really good video, but what if you don't have 20% down, like the example was projecting?" Like, well, I guess I didn't really talk about that. So today's video is just to give you an idea of what options you do have if you want to buy and you don't want to wait, but you don't have 20%. So let's scroll down here to some of the main options you have to consider nowadays. So there's four key options, depending on the price point you're looking at. You don't necessarily have to put 20% down. The media does a terrible job making people think that you have to have 20% to purchase a home, which is completely false. You do not. And sometimes your terms, your rate, and some other things can be better by putting less than 20% down. It's a little counterintuitive to what you'd think, but it is true in some scenarios. So let's dive in. So option number one, we have a conventional loan. Typically, the lowest down payment you can put in a conventional loan is 5%. So we have the loan amount here, assuming 5% down, and your payment would be roughly about this. And this includes everything, including your property tax, home insurance, PMI, which we'll save for another video. It's not as bad as everyone makes it out to be. But everything included into one. So that's your total estimated payment, about $3,300 a month, assuming 5% down, which is $30,000. Option number two, you have a government-backed loan called FHA. It allows you to put as little as 3.5% down. Has really great rates, but it has a little bit higher mortgage insurance costs. So you can see the payment here is a little bit higher than a conventional loan, but also you got to remember you're putting 1.5% less down to get this loan. So if you put 5% down, the payment would come down a little bit here. But it's still probably a little bit higher than a conventional loan, I would imagine. Typically, FHA loan is good for some of your true first-time home buyers, folks who don't have the greatest credit, like average to below average credit. This program is very flexible to help you get approved and really good rates. Third, my personal favorite is the VA loan. So this is a loan available to only veterans and their spouses. And this allows 0% financing. So same deal here, 100%, or I'm sorry, purchase price 600,000. You'll see the loan amount's a little bit higher here, and that's because the VA has what's called a VA funding fee. And that VA funding fee is an insurance that the VA requires to have on all loans, but it also helps fund the VA program for future veterans to use it as well. So it gets financed into your loan. You don't pay out of pocket, but it just gets tacked onto your balance. Has very aggressive interest rates, sometimes some of the lowest rates in the industry. There is no PMI in the loan. So you can see the payment is much lower than FHA and hair lower than conventional. But remember, you're not putting any money down. And again, this is my favorite loan by far. In San Diego County, we have the largest population of military families in the United States. So we typically do a lot of VA loans each month with my team. Last but not least, we have the USDA loan. A lot of people are probably like, you talking about stake, not stake. We're talking about USDA. It is the same organization, but it is for rural parts of the area. So San Diego County actually has rural designated areas like Ramona, Julian, Alpine, Valley Center, Fallbrook. All those areas are quote unquote rural, designated by the federal government. So the fact that they're designated rural, you can use this USDA program and do 0% financing. Same idea, there is a funding fee that USDA does charge. It gets financed into your loan. Again, has really good interest rates. There is a smaller mortgage insurance that you pay monthly. So you can see the payments a little bit higher than your FHA. I'm sorry, VA, but lower than FHA. But again, you're getting a home with 0% out of pocket or $0 out of pocket. So just wanted to give you an idea. There are options out there if you don't have 20%. Don't feel like you have to have 20%. If you have less than 5%, let's talk. There's a lot of first-time home buyer programs that do not require any money out of pocket. The industry is rapidly changing right now, so those programs are changing by the day, by the month. But just know there are options. So if you have the desire to buy a home, pick up a phone, give me a call, shoot me a text, shoot me an email, shoot me a Facebook message. Doesn't matter. You have to have the desire to want to do it, and it has to make financially sense for you to buy a home, and it fits your budget. So if it does, reach out. I'm more than happy to help. I hope this helps share some information with you, and we will talk to you soon. And hopefully we'll see you on the streets once this coronavirus ends and we will be out of quarantine. Have a great day.